So this is how I prepare my micros and ground bait throughout winter. I think it's important you choose a nice quality pellet if you can, if you've got it. Otherwise, sometimes it's fishery pellet. So if you can get away with it, try get a skretting pellet. They soak up the water much better. I've just got some Blake's 2mm micros. So as far as, you don't need a lot of pellets when you're in the winter. You just need enough to last you. Now, I always chuck them back at the end anyway. I always have loads of leftovers. So I'm just going to do whatever you think you'll need through the session. Now today I'm not going to do a lot. I'm just going to do maybe a pint and a bit of pellets. So as far as how I prepare them, I've got a tub of water here. I just want to completely soak them and just leave a mil of water just above them, just so they soak all the way through and you get a nice spongy pellet. So I don't know if you can see there, you can't really see, but basically it's just a mil of water above the pellet, and I just leave that. I do all this before I start my match. Just get to my peg, do all my bait, sort all my bait, and then just leave it. So by the time in 45, an hour time, them pellets will be perfect. They'll be nice and spongy, and you can put them through a pot and they'll just be full of water. So, and then as far as ground bait goes, I think it's important what ground bait you use. Now, when it gets colder, I do like a crushed expander. Now, loads of companies do it. I've just got some fine expander through Blake's. Now, they do a coarse expander, which has a lot of bigger bits in. Now, I think in summer that might be a bit better, but you want a really fine ground bait in winter, I find. And it's a nice fluffy ground bait when you mix it up. Again, you don't need loads through winter, so I've got a 1 kg bag here, and there's probably a third left, and it's lasted me for 3 matches. So I'm just going to do a pint and a half of ground bait. So I've got a nice pint baits up here, fill it right to the brim, and then pour it in a big bucket. I think it's important you use a bucket as well with a big surface on the bottom. You don't want it in a bait tub because it all gets clogged up. So then we're going to do half again. So a pint and a half of ground bait, roughly. And then give it a little. And then water wise, if I want it quite stodgy, I'll just do a full pint and then I'll let it set and it'll be quite a stodgy ground bait. But I always like to start off, especially when I'm fishing for F1s, with a nice fluffy ground bait. So I've done a pint and a half of ground bait, so I'm going to do 3/4 of water, so it's 50-50. So just below the marker, there's a nice little rim here, so I've filled it up to the top and then just probably got 3/4 of water in. Pour it all in at once and then give it a good mix. Now this ground bait takes up a lot of water, so don't be afraid of, you can't really overdo the ground bait as well. But I always like to start off on the fluffy side, and just if I feel like I want to overwet it a bit more, I can always do that whilst I'm fishing. So at the minute it looks all stodgy and wet and horrible, but it'll take up all that water in about half an hour's time. It'll be all nice and fluffy, and then I can push it through a riddle. So that's basically it. That's how I prepare my ground bait and pellets through winter, and that's all I use. You don't need a lot of bait either, so it's nice cheap bait bill if anything. Yeah.